What's up, world? It's Binks from Top Joint Productions. I'm here today with my dude Rick the Don.
Yo, what's going on? It's your man Rick the Don. Just kicking it with my boy B. You know how we do it.
We're here to talk about our new album that just released, All Stay Press. You can get it at topjointproductions.com. Let's talk about track number 1, Can You Smell It?
Alright, so song number 1, Can You Smell It? That was more or less my idea.
That was pretty much Rick's idea.
Can you smell it? Binks was like, man, are you crazy? He was like, we can't talk about that.
It's probably the most hard-hitting, raw, ignorant track on the album.
I was like, look, Binks, look. Okay, we both graduated from college. That's an amazing achievement, and most artists they brag a lot. So let's brag a little bit, okay? Going on song number 2, I Get By. That was Binks, baby, right there. I mean,
Rick introduced me to that beat before we even started working on the album, and I took it back to the studio, and I love the way how the verse transitioned into the hook. That hook just hit me, I laid it down, and it's probably the best hook on the album. What's up, Rick?
He just had that ready to go before we actually started the album, so I was like, yo, that's hot. That's hot. And I wanted to go back and remember how it was when I was just barely getting by, coming from Detroit. You had to, stay on your grind a little bit. So I was like, I got to go back to that. The next track, number 3, Real Love, Real Talk.
At first, it was probably like my least favorite track on the album until I started talking to Rick, and he's right about, every album needs that one track for the ladies, for the real women.
Anytime you do an album, hip hop guys, make sure you put something on there for the ladies, because if you don't got nothing for the ladies, she ain't gonna want to listen to that. So you got to make sure you put something on there for the women, okay?
That's why it plays a big part in the album, because other than that, we don't have another track directed just towards ladies. So that's definitely that track. Track number 4, Backwoods.
Backwoods, that's Binks, baby. It was more or less a country feel on it.
It brought me back to like a southern country feel, so that's where I went with it. Told him straight up, I know what I want the hook to be. He said okay, and his verse fit in just as well.
And all I did was go back in my mind, like, okay, Binks is from the country, I'm from the city. What was it like? I tried to capture one moment, one day in my youth, and that's pretty much what I got from it.
Track number 5, Superhero, probably Rick's favorite track.
But I would say it's at least one of my favorites. Superhero. Sometimes your family members look at you as a superhero, so that pressure can break you down a little bit. And not only that, I actually think I am a superhero. Like, I actually got superpowers. I'm trying to tell you, I got superpowers, people.
He pretty much had everything ready to go on that track. He had the hook ready, he had his verse ready, and he put the pressure on me a lot just to come and lay down a verse just as inspirational and deep as his, but I feel like we accomplished that. Track number 6, Dreamin'.
Dreamin', I wanted this to come from my heart as well as my mind. I wanted to make sure that I knew what I was saying. If you listen to that, you will hear that it's very calculated. That's how I wanted that to sound, okay?
That's probably my favorite track. I don't say much in my 2 verses, but I feel like what I do say says a lot.
We're gonna go back to Black Boy and White Boy. Black Boy and White Boy. Black, yeah.
Black Boy, White Boy. This is the first song that me and Rick collabed on.
I was just pretty much trying to make a statement, black or white, no matter what color you are, you still going through the struggle, you still living on the same planet. So, it's a different song.
It's the same song. Track number 8, Welcome Home. This was a fun song to do because I went back in my head to what I want to tell people when I get home.
I kind of went back in my mind a little bit and was like, man, what would it feel like to go back to the city? Or, sometimes I do go back to Detroit.
I wanted to let them know where my head was at and how I felt about things.
And because Detroit has a lot of history, a lot of people, all they remember is the bad times. But I'm telling you, if you're from Detroit, then you would know, like I know, that Detroit is a beautiful place. So if I was you, I would go and check it out. Don't let nobody scare you. If you don't do crazy stuff won't happen to you. It's a simple philosophy.
Number 9, Back Against the Wall, another hard-hitting song. Definitely with club joint, like Rick said, something to bang your head across the steering wheel with.
That was just me trying to go hard. I just wanted a track where I can just bang my head against the steering wheel while I was driving. So
yeah, that definitely goes hard. Number 10, Lightning in a Bottle. That's probably one of the deepest songs on the album. No chorus because it didn't really call for one.
And I'm telling you right now, I came in there and I'm telling you, we started freestyling, right? And it was like lightning in a bottle. You can't like write this stuff down.
We just pretty much freestyled that and captured the moment as it stood right there in time. And that's why it's lightning in a bottle.
I was just more or less freestyling. We freestyled the whole album, so that was Binks' idea. Alright?
But I hope everybody enjoys this album. And if you haven't seen the video for Lightning in a Bottle, go check that out at youtube.com/TopJointStudios.
You know, throughout this whole album, me and him just kept putting the pressure on each other. So if you ask me, it's an awesome album. I'm very glad to have been a part of this experience. It's been amazing, and hopefully you like it.
So I guess they call me cocky, bro. I'm all about my business. Don't see why I should be stopping now. So you can catch me on